IPMNation.com.
This is Stephen Rogers. You listen to Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com.
Welcome to Local Outbreak here on IPMNation.com. This is Matt from IPMNation.com, and we are at the studio at 50 Canal Street in downtown Laconia, New Hampshire. Funky little gift shop and art gallery, so come check it out. Please support your local businesses. TheStudioNH.com if you want to check it out online. And of course, Local Outbreak also sponsored by Central NH Events. If you need a DJ for your event, go to centralnhevents.com, and Mr. Tim Martin will do a phenomenal job DJing your hootenanny, your what's the other word I always use, your shindig, your corporate function, party, whatever it may be. So, and very grateful to Tim. He's a big part of what makes this show possible. And we have with us a guest tonight at the studio. Our guest is Stephen Rogers. How are you, sir?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. Where are you from?
I'm from Bow, New Hampshire.
Oh, okay. You're not too far. You now we're doing something a little different tonight. You are going to play live for us all four of the songs. So nothing that we're hearing tonight is in a traditional studio. It's going to be all the way live, which is really cool. And that was your idea.
Yes, it was.
Did you not have much material recorded, or did you just?
Not at the moment. I've had some stuff in the past, but
yeah.
Just some new tunes I've been working on. I need to get back into the studio and get it going.
Well, you came recommended by Rob Kleiner, who from yourband.info, who Rob is everyone Rob has sent us has been great. So I haven't had the opportunity to hear you yet, but I'm like I said, I mean Rob only associates with really good quality musicians. So
well, that's nice to hear.
So you came highly recommended. And well, let's start off with something. What are you going to play for us first?
I'm gonna play Bad Intentions first.
Bad Intentions. All right. So this is Stephen Rogers playing live at the studio with Bad Intentions here on Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com.
Well, I won't be your Romeo. No, I ain't here to take things slow. Oh, I'm pretending to get to know you. And really all I'm trying to do, all I'm trying to do tonight is just take you home. No, I don't need the number, still your cell phone, and I don't even need to know your name. But girl, tell me, are you game for my bad intentions? Later on I'll fall asleep, but not before we get tangled up in sheets. In the morning I'll slip out the door. You won't hear from me unless I want some more. But all I'm trying to do tonight is just take you home. No, I don't need the number, still your cell phone, and I don't even need to know your name. But girl, tell me, are you game for my bad intentions? Trying to do tonight is just take you home. And no, I don't need the number, still your cell phone, hell, I don't even need to know your name. But girl, tell me, are you game for my bad intentions? intentions. For my bad intentions.
Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com. This is Matt from IPMNation.com. We are here at the studio tonight with Stephen Rogers. And Stephen, so did you grow up in New Hampshire, or where are you from originally?
I was actually born in Beverly, Massachusetts, and then I moved up here when I was about 4 years old, and been here ever since.
Okay. And now you mentioned, tell us a little bit about your musical history, because you mentioned you had you done some other projects, been in some bands, or?
I actually, I went to school down in Boston for a little while for audio production.
Oh, where?
I went to it was an off-site campus called CDIA, and BU was funding all that.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I had a couple projects there I was recording, just all my own tunes, and then I moved back up here, and then I decided to really go at it full time, playing music as much as I can.
Yeah. So was that a 2-year program at the school?
It was about a year and a half.
Year and a half, yeah. So has that been useful to you? Have you been able to apply that at all, or have you been more just focused on playing?
Absolutely. I'd say that going down to school really just taught me a lot about songwriting and how songs are put together from different bands that would come in and record. I was working with them and just seeing their writing style and putting it to mine, and it was a big help.
How many different artists did you get to work with while you were there? Because that's a really good experience. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I say out of the year and a half, I say about every other week there's about 2 artists every other week that was coming in there.
Oh wow, not bad,
yeah.
Not bad. What kind of musicians would record there? Was it like all different genres, or?
It was all genres between jazz, rock and roll, country, everything like that. But yeah, it was interesting. A lot of the kids from Berkeley, so they were all great musicians that came in. So it was nice to work with them. And
yeah. Did you meet anyone there that you kept in touch with that you've worked with outside of that? Or?
Yeah, I got a good buddy named Alexis that I went to school with. He's a really smart guy, really great engineer. I'm hoping to work with him in the future.
Yeah.
He's also a great cello player.
Oh, really? Yeah. Very cool. What was the most challenging experience there as far as recording? Like, did you have any, like you mentioned, a cello player? Did you have, any big bands come in where you got to mic a million instruments or anything like that? Or?
Yeah, my final project was a practicum project, and this group came in. It was a strange band. They didn't have any vocalists. It was all just instrumental.
Oh, really?
And it was like a 12-minute piece we had to record, and there was different sections to it. And the drummer showed up with a trash garage kit with all these strange octobon drums and things like that. It was a real challenge to record that.
Wow. Yeah, that must have been. That's wild. Do you have recordings of what you did there, or?
Yeah, I got one of my final project songs in the car that I've been working on. Still just listening, trying to make some changes to it. But maybe I could give that to you guys if you wanted to.
Sure,
give it a play or something like that.
Sure. Oh, absolutely. So, so that was about a year and a half program. So then you moved up here after that, or when did you move up here?
That must have been about a year and a half ago that I moved back.
Oh, okay.
Back up here.
Oh, okay. So you went to school and then you moved back. So how often do you play out up here?
I try to get out twice a week if I can to open mics, and then
that's good.
Any shows, I just played Congress Market Days. I played twice down there.
Yeah,
so that was nice. Yep.
Yeah, those shows can be interesting because sometimes, you've got some people who are interested, some people who I played one of those shows once actually up this way, and people were kind of they didn't want to hear it. It was weird. But what's the Concord one like? Because I've never even really been to it.
I guess it all depends when you play. The first one I played was on Friday at 3:00. People just kind of passing by on the street, and then I played later that night at 8:30 in Eagle Square.
Oh, nice.
Outside of Tandy's Top Shelf, and there was 100+ people there, and they were all, how the stage was set up, everyone was just right at it with all their chairs, so it was more of a show than just a...
I was going to say, that sounds a lot better.
Absolutely, yeah. It wasn't like busking on the street or anything like that.
Right. Do you get out of the area a lot to play, or do you focus on up here?
I've just been working a lot, and I'm in another school program right now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, where are you going now?
I'm in an EMT program right now.
Good for you.
Yep.
Good for you. That's challenging, huh?
Yeah. It's been pretty tough, but it's a good time.
Wow, that's excellent. Is it hard to manage all that? Doing that, going to school, and because you work too, right? So you've got school, you've got a job, you've got playing. I mean, is it? You drink a lot of coffee, or how do you do it?
Yeah, it's been quite the juggling act the past couple months, but school's over in 2 weeks. And
oh, good! Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, hoping to take that on as a job, and usually the shifts are 24 hours long. So I'm hoping to just bust 2 or 3 shifts out a week, and the rest of the week it's just write for music, and that's it.
There you go. Yep. There you go. Not bad. Now, do you have material now that you're planning, probably after, at least not till after you finish school, obviously, which you're almost there, but do you have material that you're planning to record soon in a studio?
I'd like to record in August. I think that's my goal. I got enough songs for it. I'm gonna go for it. Because
I'm curious with your education too. Like, do you have a studio in mind? Because someone like you, with your knowledge and skill set, you're probably going to want to go to a studio where you have, I would think, a lot of control over what's going on. Because sometimes in a situation, you go to a studio and the engineer almost becomes like a de facto producer.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you don't need that because you already have the education. So have you thought about that? Or?
Yeah, I could go into a studio. I could just rent one out and then do all the engineering myself. But it's hard to run back and forth, and you're kind of wasting time between rooms.
True.
And it's nice when you have another set of ears in there. So I'm probably going to do more of just the producing, songwriting, and singing and playing myself, and then have an engineer there to hit all the buttons for me.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, you brought your guitar, and we already heard one song. What are you going to play next for us?
This one's a little bit softer. It's called This Town.
All right, very good. This is This Town from Stephen Rogers here on Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com.
The car door slams, all I see are taillights. They disappear to the winter's night. And I've been up late by this bottle, hoping I will remember by tomorrow. 'Cause you can't seem to find your lost and lonely mind. You're scattered around this town, the same old empty fear you never want to hear, that you're gonna die in this town. The sidewalk's dark, the streetlights are failing. My cigarettes is in the wind sailing away along the last dollar I had to my name. It's my grip and these cold fingertips that's to blame. 'Cause lately things that don't make sense beating me, you are hell-bent. 'Cause you can't seem to find your lost and lonely mind. You're scattered around this town, the same old empty fear you never want to hear, that you're gonna die in this town.
Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com. This is Matt from IPM Nation. We are here at the studio with Stephen Rogers. And so how many songs have you written? Because my experience has been, singer-songwriter types like you usually have like a million songs.
I've been writing songs for as long as I can remember. So at this point, I don't really keep track anymore. But whenever someone wants me to play, I just keep playing until they can tell me to stop.
Right. Do you do shows where you have to play for several hours?
The most I've done is an hour and a half so far, but I've got a couple offers recently for August to play like 4-hour sets. So.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah, so you probably have the material if you have to do it, right?
Now, I like to throw covers in there too, because some songs I wrote when I was like 15. I don't like to keep playing.
Do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
I think I do. I think I like ripped it off from some other song on the radio, but I don't think I was 10 years old, just hitting the two strings on my guitar back and forth and singing over it, and since then it's been history.
How'd you learn to play? Did you take lessons, or are you self-taught?
My uncle actually is a huge influence of mine. He wanted to be a rocker back in the 60s all through the decades there, and he's an accomplished guitar player. He gave me my first guitar when I was 2 years old.
Wow.
And ever since then, I just,
That's when you started?
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you. That's awesome. I wish I had that kind of focus and drive when I was a kid.
Sometimes it comes and goes over the years.
I started late. Do you play any other instruments or just guitar?
Guitar and singing is my main, instrumentation. But I could play the drums, bass, and I learned all that in school. Though school was a big help in learning other instruments.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. So, do you always play out just you? Do you ever have a band with you, or do you ever play with a band? Or
I used to play in bands, but it's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
It's like having 5 girlfriends with you at all times. Hard to keep track of. But I think soonly I'd like to have another band.
Yeah.
I miss it.
Do you want to mention any of the bands that you've been in? Is it anyone we'd remember from around here?
They were it was like high school, like punk rock and,
really?
And metal and yeah, just, expanding your horizons musically, and then you come back and the stuff I'm doing now, it'll still apply, but maybe you won't notice it. But to me, I'm like,
right.
I took that from metal music and applied it to more folky kind of stuff.
What was the biggest challenge for you? Because I've been in a bunch of bands, and it is hard because you've got, sometimes everyone's on the same page, and sometimes everybody's going in different directions, and there's always, in any band, different levels of dedication, which is a big thing. I mean, what was the biggest challenge for you?
No, you're totally right. Dedication is always, I think, the biggest issue, because everybody has different goals and expectations of what they want. You know, some guys just want to meet girls and have a good time, and
nothing wrong with that, but
and others they're really going for it, and they want to make music a full-time career for themselves.
Right. Is that a goal for you? I mean,
absolutely, it always has been.
Yeah, and you've got stuff to fall back on too, which is great. So you're doing it smart. When how many bands were you? How many different bands did you give it a shot with before you said, I want to do this solo?
I'd say I've been in 3 bands over the years. One of them, 2 of them were like 5 or 6 years long, and one
really?
was like 2 years long. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember I started playing electric guitar when I was in like 7th grade, and the day I got that guitar, I started a band that day, because I already tried to play acoustic guitar, and I just started it then. And then 2 of them were really serious. We thought we were going to really go somewhere, and then obviously dedication comes in, and people come and go.
Exactly. And how long have you been? Did you start singing at the same time you started learning guitar, or?
Singing kind of came after. Well, guitar was when I was really young. I first tried. Obviously you're not very great. You practice and you get a little bit better over the years. Yeah. And I started singing in chorus, and that's kind of where I really started to find my love for music. And even past just singing and playing guitar, like even like music theory and studying and things like that. I always had a passion for that.
Did you ever take any vocal lessons, or did that kind of come naturally? I mean, obviously chorus helped, but...
Yeah, chorus helped a lot. I always sang around the house. My mother's a great singer. She sings all the time,
So you come from a musical family.
Yeah. My parents are very musical people.
Are they active? Do they have any musical projects? Or?
No, my dad doesn't. He's always just been like all his bands from growing up. My mom, she wanted to be a singer when she was a kid. Obviously, her brother wanted to be a rock star, so she's going to have that influence from him as well. Right.
Yep. What about your uncle? Is he active at all, or...?
He still plays. Sometimes we'll get together and just jam a little bit.
Yeah, that's cool. And do you so you said you might give it another shot with a band at some point?
Yeah. Whether it be hiring a musician or finding a really good person in the area that wants to play and has enough faith in you that they want to play with you and push forward. Yeah,
of course, with the solo thing too. I mean, that gives you a lot of flexibility. There's a lot more places you can play, and
right. And if it's a show and I can make it, I can make it.
Right, exactly.
For the people, like, do you have work that night? Is your girlfriend borrowing your car? Can you borrow her car? Like
that part, in my experience, it can be even a bigger nightmare than the different dedication levels. Is just dealing with everyone's schedules and. We all have such hectic lives, you yourself included. You have a very busy life, and man, it can be really tough. It can be really tough. None of my projects are really active right now, so I've been just kind of on my own schedule, which is nice. But I can relate to what you're saying. Do you have songs that you think would sound good in a format where you've got a full band with the whole production and whatnot?
Yeah, I tend to write like that, where I'll be writing a song and I kind of like have everything planned out ahead of time. Yeah, things are going to come in when they're going to go out. Different instrumentation. Yeah. Oh, that's good. So you're ahead of the game when it comes time to do that, if you decide to go in that direction. So that's good. And what about influences too? Like who'd you listen to growing up? Who do you listen to now? Well, growing up, obviously, whatever my parents wanted to listen to was what I listened to. My dad always listened to like the Eagles and the Cars, and my mom was really into, like, she would play Patsy Cline. She loves Judy Garland.
Oh, no kidding.
All those singers, yeah. So I always heard that growing up, but you get to like 11, 12 years old, you start kind of finding your own thing. And I was listening to like Goo Goo Dolls, Matchbox 20, a lot of like alternative pop radio music.
Yeah.
And then, you get older and you meet your new friends and like, listen to this. And all of a sudden you listen to pop music, pop punk, metal, rap came around.
Yeah.
So you kind of just grab from everything. But the Goo Goo Dolls were always a really big influence of mine.
And you learn a lot about songwriting from that too, by what you hear on the radio and exposing yourself to different genres, which is good. But that's a good way to learn how to write songs. I always say, if you want to learn how to write a hit song, listen to a hit song,
Yeah.
Why don't we, let's hear something else. What do you want to play next?
I think I'm going to play, this one's called Bitter Man.
Bitter Man? Okay. All right, so this is Stephen Rogers live at the studio, and this is Bitter Man here on Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com.
Another morning, another empty bed. Another night with pieces missing from my head. Oh mama, please don't tell me I was wrong for being a fool and holding on too long. I remember better days when sunshine was all I praised. But I bit the bullet, now I'm a bitter man. I'm moving on now, getting better than. I'm soaking up that moonshine, putting the life back in my eyes. I don't want to be a bitter man. I just want to be better 'cause I can. The seasons changing, leaves are falling down. Soon enough, snow will cover the ground. Like the way you covered up your lies, buried deep in perfect disguise. I remember better days when sunshine was all I praised. I bit the bullet, now I'm a bitter man. I'm moving on now, getting better than. I'm soaking up that moonshine, putting the life back in my eyes. I don't want to be a bitter man. I just want to be better 'cause I can. Bitter man. Bit the bullet, now I'm a bitter man. I'm moving on now, getting better than. Soaking up that moonshine, putting the light back in my eyes. I don't want to be a bitter man. I just want to be better 'cause I can.
Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com, and we are here tonight with Stephen Rogers at the studio. And before we begin to wrap up, too, I want to remind everybody, of course, that we do record the show every Tuesday night from 6 to 7 p.m. at the studio in downtown Laconia, 50 Canal Street. So come on down. Sometimes it's quiet when we do the shows. Last week we had a big studio audience, so you just never know. But we do like it when people come in and check out what we're doing. So sometimes people walk in not expecting a radio show to be going on here, and they're surprised. But that's always fun. But and the studionh.com is the website if you want to check it out online. And also, too, of course, we're sponsored by Central NH Events. If you need a DJ for your event, go to centralnhevents.com. And Tim does a great job. And of course, we do archive all the episodes of Local Outbreak at ipmnation.com/local outbreak, going all the way back to the beginning of the show. And so you can always find the show there. And of course, it does run on the Planet 100.1, New Hampshire's Real Rock, Sunday nights at 10 p.m. And so, Stephen, this has been great. What do you have? Do you have anything coming up that you want to mention? You got any important shows coming? Or
I have some in the works right now. I don't know if I can, say them yet because I'm not sure if they're actually happening. Because I don't want to put any false hopes in there. But I'm sure I'll upload it on my site, and you can look it up there. Okay, and where should people go online to keep up with what you're doing? If you just head onto Facebook, you just type Stephen Rogers in. I should just pop right up as a musician on there. Okay. All right, fantastic. And what do you want to play to finish up the show tonight? I'm going to play this song called Home. Home? Yep. All right, very good. So this is Stephen Rogers playing live here at the studio in downtown Laconia. The song, he's going to perform Home for us here on Local Outbreak on IPMNation.com.
Traveling this street, I'm counting every mile, the ground beneath my feet, I'm walking with a smile, 'cause I'm going home. Yeah, I'm going home, 'cause I miss stars in a December sky. I hear 'em calling a New Hampshire cry. You're talking in your sleep, 'cause there you can't be shy. The silence that you keep will only make you cry. Oh well, I'm going home. Yeah, I'm going home. 'Cause I caught the first train straight out of Boston, tired of the city I always get lost in. I'm going home. Yeah, I'm going home. Yeah, I'm going home. Yeah, I'm going home. 'Cause I miss stars in a December sky. I hear 'em calling a New Hampshire cry.
IPMNation.com